You don't have a motivational problem, you don't have a productivity problem, you have this problem. You start strong, you burn bright, and then you disappear. New routine, new system, new life plan. 10 days later, you're back where you started. Angry, ashamed, and secretly convinced that you're just not that kind of man. Here's the brutal truth. It's not your habits that keep failing, it's your identity. Stay with me to the end and I'll show you how to become the man who always finishes, not the man who always starts again. Hi, I'm Dominic. This channel isn't about hacks, dopamine detoxes, or fake intensity. It's about rebuilding men from the inside out. Character, identity, and self-mastery. If you've ever seen yourself hit the gym for a week and then vanish, map the perfect routine, then break it days later, or tell yourself this time is different just to prove yourself wrong, then this isn't just another video for you, it's a mirror. Most men will click away when they recognize themselves. If you don't, then that separates you from them. Now let's talk about why you never stay disciplined and how to change that permanently. Number one, your discipline keeps dying because it's built on emotion, not identity. Discipline that starts on emotion will end in collapse. You get fired up by a video, a breakup, or a humiliation. You feel disgusted with yourself, and then you decide, that's it, new life. For a few days you become a better man, up early, training hard, reading, working, focused. But underneath the routines, your identity hasn't moved an inch. You're still the man who believes he'll always quit, expects himself to fail, and never trusts his own word. So the second the emotion fades, the old identity takes the wheel again. And here's the part you don't want to hear. Your identity always wins. If your routines and your self-image don't match, then your self-image will drag you back every time. You don't fix that with more hype, you fix that by becoming someone new. If you want to be part of something that's bigger than a YouTube channel, join the Inner Circle, my weekly email for men who refuse average. Every Sunday I send one principle, one challenge, and one perspective designed to make you stronger, clearer, and harder to knock off your path. Men that read it rise faster, men that don't stay where they are. You choose the path that matches the man that you want to become. Link in the description. Number two, you're addicted to the high of starting and terrified of the boredom of continuing. Starting feels powerful, you feel like a man on a mission. You imagine the physique, the money, the respect, and the new life. Continuing feels boring, quiet, and ordinary. There's no applause on day 8. There's no fireworks when you say no to junk food. And there's no cheering crowd when you sit down to work again. So what do? You chase another high. New project, new program, new system. You're not undisciplined, you're a novelty addict. You're loyal to the rush of becoming someone new, but disloyal to the grind of actually being him. Until you destroy that addiction, you'll restart your life 100 more times and call it trying. Number 3, you negotiate with yourself like your weaker self is an equal. Here's where men lose the battle. They make every decision twice. I said I'd wake up at 6, but 7 isn't that bad. I planned to train today, I'll just go tomorrow. I was going to work, but I've had a long day. That's not logic, that's putting your highest self and your laziest impulses at the same table and giving them equal voting rights. Disciplined men don't do that. Once the decision is made, the discussion ends. Weak men reopen the discussion every time it gets uncomfortable. If you recognize this, remember this line: every negotiation is a vote for the weaker man. You are casting those votes all day. Number 4, you keep quitting because you never built proof, only promises. Here's the deepest cut of all. You think discipline is built on motivation. It isn't. It's built on evidence. Every time you follow through, you carve a new identity into your nervous system. I am the man who does what he said he would do. Every time you quit, you carve the opposite. I am the man who breaks his own word. That's why it hurts so much. That's why the shame lasts. And that's why you always feel like you're starting from zero. You weren't just breaking routines, you were breaking yourself. And until you understand this next sentence, you'll keep repeating the same cycle for the rest of your life. The old you doesn't return when you quit, you resurrect him. The man you buried comes back to life every time you abandon the mission. Number 5, the reason you burn out. You try to build a new life with the psychology of the old one. When you build a new routine, you feel powerful, but underneath it, your mind is still wired like the old version of you. Impulsive, comfort-seeking, insecure, addicted to emotion, allergic to boredom, and terrified of slow progress. You're trying to run a warrior's routine on a civilian's software. That's why you crash, that's why you disappear, and that's why you always restart next Monday. You don't need a new routine, you need a new identity. And I'm going to show you exactly how to build it in a way that makes discipline feel effortless instead of fragile. So here's the shift, the moment that discipline finally sticks. Discipline locks in when you stop thinking, I hope I can do this, and start thinking, this is who I am now. And discipline becomes your identity. You no longer negotiate, you no longer restart, you no longer chase motivation. You simply execute. Because a disciplined man doesn't try to be disciplined, he is disciplined. Just like a father doesn't try to protect his children, he just does, because that's who he is. This is the level where discipline becomes inevitable. If you want to reach that level, you must go through the initiation, becoming the man that finishes. This is the part that men remember for years. This is where the identity shift begins. This isn't motivation, this is rebirth. Number 1, choose one non-negotiable, just one. Not 5 routines, not a 20-step morning ritual, one action, daily, set in stone. Why? Because you need proof, not pressure. A single non-negotiable done for 30 days rewires your self-image more than 50 perfect habits done for 3 days. Number 2, declare the death of negotiation. Write this somewhere where you'll see it. Decisions are made in advance. Your weaker self was never meant to be part of the conversation. He does not vote, he does not negotiate, he obeys the identity of the man you're becoming. Number 3, make boredom your training ground. Motivation is useless, intensity is temporary. But boredom, that is where warriors are made. If you can train when nothing in you feels like it, that's when you become unstoppable. Number 4, build proof every day, even tiny proof. 1 page read, 1 workout done, 1 task completed, 1 promise kept. Every brick is identity, every day is reinforcement. This is how the man who always quits becomes the man who never does. So apply these steps and step into your new identity as the disciplined man you know you can be. So the truth is, you're not broken, you're not weak, you're not bad at discipline. You've simply been fighting this battle as the wrong man. This channel exists to help you rebuild discipline, identity, presence, character. If you're ready to stop being the man who always starts again and become the man who finishes, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Brotherhood.